Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for still being here. This is the last session. And before we have our social event later in the evening, I would like to start with the last session on artificial intelligence and with our first presenter, Vishak Dudhee. He will be talking about artificial intelligence, enhanced virtual reality for health and safety training in construction. So Vishak, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
If you need the presenter, it's here, so you can use it.
I'll use the keyboard.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello. Can everyone hear me, or do I need the mic?
Do you have a mic here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'm the only one who doesn't need mic.
Thank you very much, Vishak Dudhee, and on behalf of the whole team that the name is on top, I'll be presenting some of the work that we have been doing on artificial intelligence, enhanced virtual reality for health and safety training in construction. I will try to keep this presentation short but interactive, just so that actually it sort of give you an overview of what we are doing, and also if you need more detail, please do check the paper that hopefully you'll get access to. So before I dive into the topic itself, just to explain why we are doing it, I want to just give an introduction of about us. So VLab, a company founded by Dr. Vladimir Vikovic, who is one of your team now. So it's a smart engineering, technology and energy consultancy. And our primary focus is about commercialization of academic research, developments of tools and processes for the net zero economy, and we do provide engineering and energy consultation. We are based in the northeast of England. And as you can see from the map on the left side, I've indicated it so it makes a bit more sense where we are based. And we work in a number of areas, and that includes energy, digital engineering, but a bit more focus on also on different technological side, digital twin, extended reality, aerial survey, Internet of Things, as well as artificial intelligence. And as a company, we work in collaboration with a number of organizations of different types. That includes other SMEs, academic institutions, research institutions, and other organizations. So to introduce, give you an introduction why, what I'll be showing you later, why do we need it. This is a brief introduction, so it quite relates to what we have been talking about since the beginning of this whole conference. There has been a lot of focus about the learning, but this is slightly different. It's about training, but still there's that element of learning that is needed. So as it stands now, just in 2024, just in the first few months, in the UK, 51 incidents were reported about health and safety, and from that 36% were reported from falling from heights. And there has been a big increase over the years from what you can see from the data in terms of fatalities and health and safety issues. And that's just one statistic from one country, the UK. However, over the world, it's the same issue. Some countries have more death rates due to health and safety issues. And as you can see on the map on the right side, gives you quite some illustration. So on the Europe side, still there has been some progress, but then comes Asia, Africa, the top of the world. Still there's a big issue when it comes to health and safety. And that means all the stakeholders needs to have firstly the right information so that they know what to do, when to do it, and make sure that they are safe while in construction. The problem happens currently, of course, there are some training about health and safety, just to make sure that they know how to deal with different events in the construction site. However, as there has been so many talk about the way people learn. If you just try to do a test and then try to remember those things, it's not always you remember it. And telling from my personal experience, 1 month ago I did a test, health and safety, and probably I remember only 50–60% of that. And that must be for many other people as well. And therefore our traditional method of how we are learning about health and safety, when it's critical, it's a question of life and death, it's not the right approach, and we need to change, we need to adopt new approaches. And with innovation in technologies, that gives opportunity for us to try new things, try to do it in new ways, and that's where comes virtual reality. A way to be able to work in a virtual environment. However, only on virtual, it's alone, it's not enough. And with enhanced by AI, that gives a new platform, a new way, a new approach to enhance those training by personalizing those experiences and trying to make it more immersive so that the people, the learners, the people getting trained, they do remember better than just remembering from a book or somewhere. So what I'll be showing you in a bit is to develop that actually the AI-based VR tool. There was a project, or there's still a project which is continuing, called SafeSide. And SafeSide was, the full name was AI-based health and safety training in offshore construction. So the focus was for offshore. However, there was some more work we are doing in the last slide that I will talk about. So that's for offshore. Offshore is quite a growing industry at the minute, with more and more offshore construction, with turbines construction and different things happening. And those are the environment you don't always get access, or there's less possibility of trying things and learning from your mistakes. So when you're working there, you want to make sure that your staff, all the construction workers are trained, knows how to deal with different scenarios, and by that you're saving lives. So it's a question of life and death. So what we have in this project, we are creating immersive health and safety training. So it's in 3 different stages. Well, firstly, the infrastructure is surveyed. So rather than you going and trying to train in some random infrastructure that later on, when you go to the actual site, is different, then that creates some complication. So what if you train in the actual site where you'll be working? So first stage of that is actually surveying those infrastructures and then creating that VR environment. And that VR environment is enhanced using different scenarios, different approaches, and those are AI enhanced environment. And then finally, the first stage is you go and you do your training. So the bigger picture of that is, I talk about the scanning. So the scanning can be done at the minute with using a 3D camera. So based on that, you create a scan model or a digital twin or a digital shadow, how you can call it. And that model using is enhanced in the VR environment, so virtual reality environment. And then it can have the trainer voice, which is AI algorithm for trainer voice, for chatbots, training scenarios, what are the different training scenarios that will be integrated there, and all the different health and safety drill. And once that is added to the model, then you have your environment, and then you can use your different headsets and different tools that you have to go through the training. And what we were working on, we're trying to make sure that it aligns to the standards and to what is the actual practice at the minute. So much of what was being developed was aligned to the global WIN organization guidelines and training, so to make sure what is developed is kind of the standard. So just to give a timeline, innovation don't happen overnight, so it takes a bit of time. And the start of that work was around August 2023, where the Safe Site project started, and then there was a development happening from after the first feasibility study was done. So it was still some of the work being done. And now at the minute we are working on the Safe Site 2, which is actually making it happen. So I already talked a lot about what it is about, what we are trying to do, but rather than just trying to explain you with words, which probably you will forget after some time, let me show you actually the video once you wear a headset, which is something like this, and it's me wearing a headset. Once you wear it, how you will see the actual environment. So here, of course, you move around the options, trying to open the app as you do on your mobile phone or any other device. And here, once you have opened the device, you are in your virtual environment that has been created model.
And dry chemical fire extinguishers.
And then, as you can hear, very low volume, it's the trainer that is talking to you. So it's a virtual trainer that has some AI algorithm to it that enhances what it's saying. It's showing about the different fire awareness modules. So that's one of the modules from the global wind organization about the fire awareness. Which are those fire extinguishers you need to choose for what. And while in the VR environment, if you're getting a training where it's explaining you what is needed, how to do it, and as the training, you go through those different drills. You first get the explanation, then you go through the drills. For example, now the person is trying to hold the right one, which is the correct one for that particular drill.
To ensure a confident and safe response to fire emergencies. Now select the correct fire extinguisher and stop the fire.
So once you have selected it, there's a fire at the back there that you can see, and this is AI generated as well, so that is happening, the fire is happening, so now you need to make sure you choose the correct fire extinguisher and try to go and turn off the fire. And in the VR round, you have to do it. So as you can see, the person has turned off the fire, and that's one of the drills. So the project was in the feasibility stage, and that was created at that time. That shows how it works, and that's the first step of it. So just to show you again in a bit of more, a few screenshots if you don't have the chance to see it from the videos, it was quite small. But that's the trainer talking to you with different scenarios, what needs to be done in training. And then you have your actual drill that in this case was the fire. And then you're trying to find the right fire extinguisher to turn it off. So some of the key outcomes from that very initial development is enhanced efficiency in terms of trying to get the training to actually acquire those skills. So rather than reading a lot, trying to learn it, trying to memorize, actually practicing it, being in the environment, and having a fire in front of the person will make them remember. The engagement, of course, it's higher because it's not just you're looking at things where you don't actually know how it's happening. Actually, it's happening in front of you. So people are usually more engaged, realistic simulation happening. And it's realistic, but it's risk-free. So rather than putting a person actually on fire and trying to do that, we are doing virtually, it's risk-free. But it's giving sort of the same experience. And in terms of its applicability, so in this part we are working with the offshore construction, however its application goes beyond that, and that's just a start. So the case study that I talked about, I did show was from offshore, however the next step, what we are already working on, we have two ongoing further work on that called Safe Site 2, so what has been done in the feasibility stage, so we are trying to make it real with more scenarios, more modules, so that it's a complete package, so that's safe side too. However, the problem is not just in the offshore construction, it's in the whole construction industry. And if we have the solution to make sure we can save people's life, we have to do it. And that's the Safe Extend project, which looks at a bigger picture of the construction industry. So looking from a similar perspective, but a more detailed one. But that's some of the ongoing work. So thank you very much for listening. I tried to keep it as short as possible.